Wellington have been suffering poor form since the season kicked off. If that continues, the Rams could see themselves getting acquainted with cellar dwellers Gombak United and Marine Castle. So they definitely needed a good result last night against the high-flying Tanjong Pagar.
With the two forwards, Jan Janostak and Nick Peveril playing together for the first time, the Rams sent out a clear signal to the Tanjong Pagar defense. From the whistle, the home side in yellow launched a barrage of attempts, but on so many occasions, they were unlucky not to find the back of the net. Peveril here just missing by inches. The Tanjong Pagar midfield was suspect in the first 25 minutes. This almost proved costly when they lost possession, while Zakaria Awang out-dribbled the Jaguars' defense, but his finishing was not quite as impressive. The Jags finally got into the match by the end of the first half. Their clearest chance at stealing the lead came via Abdul Marfavi, but this basically summed up the first half opportunities for both sides. His Iranian teammate Majid Moklak blew another chance in the next half. 4 minutes later, Ismail Maksud was the hero when he saved brilliantly off Jörg Steinbrunner's header. The visitors finally gained the advantage on the stroke of full-time when substitute Stephen Tan was grounded by Malik Awab in the penalty box. Substitute goalkeeper Imaran read the kick well, and Stephen placed his penalty neatly in the corner. The Rams fought to level the game in the 4 minutes of injury time, but in the end, Tanjong Pagar came out winners 1-0 and take over at the top of the table. Over at the Tampines Stadium, the Stags were looking to record their second straight win under new coach Robin Chan against the winless Marine Castle. After their 3-2 victory over the Sembawang Stallions last week, the home team came out in full force. But the Dolphins, parading new signing Marcus Phillips, were aiming for their first win of the season. Tampines threw the first salvo in the 8th minute when Georgie Marian blasted this free kick straight at Rahim Ismail. The home team's continuous pressure nearly paid off just 10 minutes later, but Muhammad Noor Ali's side foot hit the post. It was then Castle's turn to turn on the heat, but Nduga Ubadi could only rifle his shot onto the post. Bogdan Brazuvianu then had a glorious chance to put his side in the lead before the break, but his stiff grounder was superbly saved by the agile Rahim. Second half action, and Noor could have given Tampines the first goal, but he skied his attempt. Tampines missed a pair of chances which came their way. First, Noor's tap-in failed to find its mark before Brazilian Marco Antonio blasted his shot into the night. Former international Rahim saved his side from another defeat just minutes before the end when he smothered Marian's goal-bound shot. The match ended goalless, but the fans were treated to an entertaining match. And here's a look at all the results from the matches played last night. The best defensive team in the S-League, Tanjong Pagar United, keep yet another clean sheet with their 1-0 win over Woodlands Wellington. At the Toa Payoh Stadium, Balestier Central sealed a 3-0 win over Sembawang in the highest scoring game of the week. The biggest surprise of the evening, though, came when Gombak United held the Warriors to a goalless draw. At the Jurong East Stadium, man of the match Sundramoorthy was unable to inspire the Jurong Cobras into a game-winning performance, sinking to a 2-1 defeat to the Geylang Eagles. And finally, Marine Castle garnered another precious point after holding Robin Chan's Tampines Rovers to a goalless draw. And the table shows that there's a new team at the top. It's still tight, but thanks to the Gombak Bulls who drew with SAFFC, Tanjong Pagar now lead the table standings. Meanwhile, Geylang United stay close in second place, also on 23 points, while the Warriors drop back down to third place on 22 points. The only move at the bottom half of the table came from Balestier, whose win pushed them above the Stallions into 6th spot on 15 points. No changes at the bottom, however, although a point each for Marine Castle and Gombak United edges them closer to the others. There will be more S-League action on Tuesday, which kicks off the second half of the season. The outcome of the match between Geylang United and Tanjong Pagar United may well see another change at the top of the table. Home will be back in action as they aim to make their way up the standings again, but that'll be no easy feat against the defending champions SAFFC. V Sundramoorthy will play against his old club Woodlands, while Marine Castle hosts the resurgent Balestier Central. And finally, Gombak United will want to avenge their 2-3 loss to Tampines Rovers in April and perhaps make a fresh start to the second half of the season.